Cities. The scene a short time ago. This crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Washington football team. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Cousins now from the 50. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
Next is Washington 7, Vikings nothing. Joey Sly set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Play fake. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And he's got some space here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Play action. It's Wilson. Looking long for Thomas. Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Vikings nothing.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Undercrunch.
Handoff comes to Cook. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 37.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. He'll find Smith-Marset complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Throwing is Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
A big gain on the play. Still brings up 3rd down.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. They go play action. Cousins. Complete. Smith has it. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Vikings nothing.
At the 23, it's second and 12. They go play action now. Wilson. Oh, what a catch by Samuel. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way and able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done, and for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now it's Wilson. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, Wilson. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Throwing again here, Wilson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 21-0.
Vikings nothing. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
At the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check three. Hey, 382, list 50. Check hot route. Hot. 636.
From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. To throw is Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at about the 28. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
And just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch twins. Leave it. Bring up 48. Shit. Watch the shit.
Play action now. Cousins. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Check the backer.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Chidobe with a pick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out, got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A huge play there for Washington.
Washington. 54 Mike. Here I come. Let's go now. 94.
They'll run with Gibson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the route is on here in this first half.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Mike 20. Here we go, D. Get off the field. Check. Burst. Wide. Get wide.
Cousins to throw it. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Watch out.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Let's go. Run. That's brilliant. Hey, receiver. 20, Mike 20. Check back. Black. Slam. Under 10.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll get that to Amir Smith-Marset. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Alert 3. Kill.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38, past the 20. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
All day, every day, any day. Hey, Mike 20. Let's set a tone, fellas. Wide. Check three.
Back to it after the pick 6. Cousins. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. And now here's another interception. Picked off near the 42. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
2nd and 10. Once more, Gibson. Five yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Get the ball. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Check 24, check 24. Ready.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson. Able to power through, and he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. 47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On second down, a run with Gibson. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
Set. Tensions on. Watch the run, watch the run. Watch the run.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A huge play there for Washington. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Washington offense just continuing to pour it on. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it is 42-0.
42, Vikings nothing.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On second down, Cook. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
What we got? Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Come on, D. Deuce. Right out.
From the gun, here's Cousins. That is caught by Thielen. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll go down at the 28. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They'll throw again. Cousins. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey. 4 down. First. Check. First.
Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. To the air again, it's Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Washington.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. Gibson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. He's tired.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
And Washington first down.
On first down, it's Gibson. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Watch the screen. 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 58, boys. Go. Box trap. Let's go, D. Let's go.
They'll go again with Gibson. Uses the spin, and he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 27. 69 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Washington on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
It's now 4th down.
Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And his kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the Vikings' 23-yard line.
Gibson again. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On third down, Gibson. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And his kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Give to Cook out of the gun. Cook a 1st down and more as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And this one complete to Smith. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Now Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
checking crab.
Cousins now. He's going to let it fly. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Watch the pass.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Pick me up. Here we go. He's coming.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Gibson, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Mike's 54.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
So a victory here for the Washington football team.